doing, man?
Doing all right, man.
All right. So here we are, another wonderful day in Vegas. It's a little bit warm out there.
It's warmer than Hawaii.
Well, you were just there yesterday. What's the weather like there?
It's sunny and beautiful.
Sunny and beautiful. What is the weathermen
Nice breeze
call
in
it?
the wind.
The best weather on the planet. Yeah.
He ain't lying.
Well, it's warm here, but it's beautiful here. So,
it is beautiful.
What are we doing here? We have a podcast. It's called Who Closed Last Night?
Brought to you by Walnut Street Hospitality Group. We're a group that owns some businesses, but we like to help people with management, leadership, entrepreneurship, and just good old-fashioned success.
So you're probably wondering, why are you guys even doing this? I
Yes.
wonder sometimes, right?
Absolutely.
But I think one of the things that we hope to accomplish with all of this is maybe to save some other people some of the trips and falls that we've had, and to maybe enlighten them with some things to help them on their journey.
Yeah, make it so not everybody at home has to take the same punches on the chin that we had to.
Yeah. My jaw still hurts. So we try to pick topics that, I guess could help a wide variety of people in different stages of their business, of their life. And we're really, this is about, as Zach said, entrepreneurs, managers, hospitality industry, leadership, and, maybe a little bit of mentoring and coaching along the way. But we're hoping to help you. That's what we're about.
We are here for the people, and we are not afraid to kind of be vulnerable and tell you where we failed or where we've fallen down. But the important thing is we got back up, and we hit it hard.
That's right. So we need your help, though. And we need your help because we need you to follow us, like us, talk about us, send us stuff.
I got some things for them.
Give them those things.
Absolutely. And this really does help out the show. This is my father. And we do this to try to help other people. So this really would help us out, work the YouTube algorithms out there. But stop what you're doing. Follow, like, share. You can find us on Instagram at whoclosedlastnight_. That's going to be the same on TikTok. You can find us on Facebook at Who Closed Last Night. You can watch us on YouTube at Who Closed Last Night Podcast, and you can listen to us on Spotify. But my favorite and the most important of them all is our Gmail account. You're going to have to share your beloved stories that you're not allowed to tell your boss, that you're not allowed to tell the new hires, that everybody made a blood pact in the back of the restaurant to never speak of again. Go ahead and send that to us at whoclosedlastnightpod, P-O-D, at gmail.com. We'd love to laugh with you, cry with you, and just relate to what you have to share with us and share it to our audience.
With that being said, my name is Stan.
And I am Zach.
And we will be your hosts for the next 20 minutes or so.
That's right.
Give or take, right?
Yeah, don't fall asleep on
Don't
us.
fall asleep on us. Please don't do that. Well, you can after you.
Just like.
Yeah, there we go. That's exactly what I was going to say. So today, we're going to talk a little bit about leadership and some words that I think every leader, every manager, and I guess every manager is a leader of some sort, but it's important to everyone, leaders, managers, employees. I think it's what makes the world go around in a safe, sane, and somewhat organized manner. And what are those 4 words?
All right, so number 1 is going to be integrity. We're going to go next to determination, perseverance, and the star of the show, I would say, in my opinion, is grit.
Okay, so integrity, determination, perseverance, and grit. And I think if you've ever started a business or you've ever hit a rough patch in your life, right? It doesn't even have to be about business. I mean, everybody has hit a rough patch in their life.
Everybody. If you're me, you do it every other day.
Oh,
Got some 4-wheel drive tires.
But it's true, right? Life happens.
Absolutely.
Life happens every day either in your personal relationship, in your business. I guess when it's going well somewhere, you're driving over a pothole somewhere else, right? And
You can't have one without the other.
can't have one without the other. So I think one of the things I wanted to, as we go through these words, they're important because they should mean something not only to the people that you're with and that you're working with, that you live with, that you have relationships with, but they should mean something to you personally.
I agree.
So the first word is integrity. And I guess one of the easiest ways to define it is, are you a person of your word? Are you out for the betterment of everyone? Do you attempt to help everyone rise? Do you care about what people say about you? And do you live up to the expectations that you have? Basically, do you walk the talk?
Do you walk the talk?
And I think you got to, before you can ask that of other people, you have to ask that of yourself.
You've got to practice it.
You got to practice it. So I guess from an integrity standpoint, what are some of the things that you've seen where people may lack integrity? And you ask yourself,
What's going on here?
what's going on here, right?
So first, I'd like to kind of share what my quick definition of integrity is. I think it's like, we're in Las Vegas, the desert. If there's a stop sign in the middle of the desert, no one's around you, do you stop because it's the right thing to do? Or do you just blow through it? Don't ask me what I would do. It's just for the audience. But back to your question. First thing that comes to mind is like closing reports, right? So you're putting in the numbers, you're figuring out, making sure the report is accurate and within whatever thresholds our company has, right? And you get to a fork in the road, it's the math isn't mathing, right? And
the math isn't mathing.
yeah, the math isn't mathing.
That is profound.
And so I believe that a lot of our leaders all have integrity, most of them, if not all of them. But what I would say is I really appreciate the people, and it's not always the general manager closing, so it's the numbers are wrong or there's an obstacle there of some sort, right? I really appreciate when I get the call the next morning because the general manager's opening. And before I could ask them, they're like, hey, look, here's a picture of last night's reports. Here was the issue. Here's the solution. This is the day and time that Roger's going to work next, and I'm going to coach him and make sure he understands what he missed, right? Rather than let me fat finger this number and make it look better, or just them call me and tell me, hey, this is fixed, and they really didn't do anything. I think integrity is finding the issue, correcting the issue, and then thinking about the different steps down the line to make sure that issue doesn't arise again, right? And crossing all your T's and dotting all your I's.
I think so. I'm going to take that a step further, or maybe a step backwards, and say, for me, integrity is not necessarily about the details of reports. It's about knowing that what you say is real, right? And not just being said to satisfy.
Because it was the right answer.
Because it was the right answer. I think for me, it's about, can I believe you? Do I just like I want people to believe what I say, and I believe that I walk the talk. I want to know that whoever tells me something is real. It's real. It's not.
That's right.
Not bullshit, right? I hate bullshit, and so I think for me that's an integrity kind of thing. Be the person. Whatever you do in front of me, do it behind me. Right? Walk the talk. Live the right way, because that's what people with integrity do.
I would totally agree with that. And I guess in my example, the part that I'm in about integrity was that person knew that that's in their wheelhouse, that's their responsibility, and they autonomously attacked it and completed it and then reported on, what they found and what needed to happen. But yes, do what you would do in front of me, behind my back, without me telling you, and help me to put some credibility behind your name.
Yeah. Well, and that's how people get recognized.
That's right.
I mean, I think it is about tasks as well, but I think the first thing people notice or feel is integrity and honesty, and I think those
You can
two
definitely
things go
feel
together.
honesty. Oh
Yes.
my gosh.
Yes. The next word, determination. What do you
Dun,
think about
dun,
that?
dun. So determination, I think, is a necessity in life. If you want to do anything, but life throws all kinds of obstacles at you, hurdles at you, beat you down sometimes. And if you get beat down, are you going to let the world crush you, or are you going to get up and crush the world? Oh yeah.
Spoken like a crusher. Okay, so I think what he's saying though is very true, right? I
Yeah.
mean, life does beat you down.
Yeah.
If it's
Sometimes more than others.
sometimes more than others, and it's determination is about what you allow to interfere with where you want to be.
Yes.
Um,
I think you have to, in order to have determination, you have to be able to visualize, where you want to be,
yeah,
but you have to keep that frame of reference in your head, right? Because, or at least that's how I typically try to get weather a storm is, I know where I want to be. I can visualize it, close my eyes and, just see it, and then I can get back at it. But when you lose, your finish line, you can lose your determination.
or yes, or do you lose your determination first and then can't find the finish line?
Yeah. I think it could happen either way.
Either way,
Yeah.
I agree with you. I think if you have set out on a journey in life, in business, in your romance, whatever it is, you have to be determined enough.
Determination and romance.
Heck yeah,
I like that.
when you set a target, you go for the
A
target.
winner's a winner, baby. I like it.
There are so many ways we could take this, but we're not going to do that.
That's a podcast for another day.
But I think whatever you set your mind out to doing, it takes determination, right?
Yes.
It takes your internal integrity, and it takes determination.
Especially those long-term goals.
Oh,
Short-term goals,
yeah,
I'm not saying they're easy, but it's a short-term goal, so you can get through it, right? It's not a constant grind, right? Those long-term goals, if you lose that vision of it along the way, you get turned around, you get mixed up in the wrong people, you let someone talk into your ear and fill your head with all these crazy ideas, and they've never done anything to give you these ideas. They have no reason to be listened to, right? They haven't successfully accomplished what you're after. They're just trying to knock you off your horse or, share their opinion. And I guess those long-term goals, it's important personally to wrangle that vision and not let anybody be able to talk you out of it.
What do they say? Don't ever take advice from someone who hasn't been in your shoes or hasn't done better.
I agree. Yeah.
So far we've talked about integrity and determination. The next word is perseverance. So I know that.
I had a cat in 4th grade, and its name was Perseverance.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know about this. So tell me, why did you name this cat Perseverance?
It's going to be a very short story, but it's going to be a good one. So, I don't know, I was in like 3rd grade, 2nd grade, and we read a book in class about a cat named Perseverance. And this cat had perseverance. It
Really?
persevered through whatever obstacles that it had in this book. And so we named the cat Perseverance. And that's my fact for the day.
I think when I was in 3rd grade, I couldn't spell perseverance. I didn't even know
have
what
to
it
spell
meant.
it. The cat in the book's name was Perseverance, and we got a cat. And it's like, oh, Perseverance.
So what made that cat when you said because that cat persevered, it fit the name. What was it about the cat?
I'm going to make this up. So what happened was the cat got away from its family and had to persevere through all these obstacles in life to get back to its family.
Okay.
And it never did.
Seriously?
Yeah, it got taken home by a family.
Oh, so it was a good ending, though.
I don't know. They didn't go into the next chapter.
And you didn't read the next book?
No, I think it was coming out the next year. It's a cliffhanger.
Okay, so
Dun, dun, dun.
now we're just talking shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so perseverance, and so perseverance, I think it kind of goes hand in hand with determination.
Yes.
But you got to be determined. But then all of these things happen, right, in your journey. The twists and turns, the potholes we were talking about.
Yes.
Make a wrong turn and there's a brick wall there.
People throwing stones at you?
People throwing stones at you all the time. And I think perseverance is the ability to not let all of those obstacles get in your way and to remain focused on that goal.
It's your body armor, right?
But it's your body armor. That's a good way to put it.
What do we always say with new people is like, oh, I kind of saw the chink in their armor.
Yeah.
Right? But that's
I could
their
take
ability
that as
to
some
persevere.
kind of racial thing.
Yeah. You could yeah.
Someone called me a chink the other day. Did I tell you that?
You did tell me that. And I was, I was praying for him.
Yeah, so it is kind of like your body armor so that you allow things to bounce off of you. You don't allow
Or bother you.
Or bother you or stick in your head, right? And sometimes that's hard to do, because things get in your head and you have to be stronger. I think you have to have the perseverance to not let those little things accumulate and to weigh you down and to cause you to veer or to just lose your way.
It's like that herd mentality. You're the only person in the room believing in yourself and believing in what you're doing, and you've got 9 other people telling you the same thing about how you're crazy and this is never going to work and you should just give up and do it our way. But it's like, so you lived however long you've lived in your body, you've known what you've been able to accomplish and conquer and make it through the storm, and you're going to allow a stranger to tell you that, knock you off your horse and rob you of your armor and turn you into some follower.
Yeah.
Like I think perseverance is being able to bet on yourself.
That's a good way to put it. And I would tell you that I think people that have that inner strength, which is part of perseverance,
Right.
they're the ones that make shit happen.
They make a dent in the universe.
They make a dent in the universe. And it's like every entrepreneur or leader out there has made some sort of dent in the universe, right?
Yes.
Whatever universe that is, whatever universe they're in.
Macrocosm, microcosm, whatever, but they disrupted it.
They disrupted it,
And they'll be remembered for it.
and they'll be remembered, but people will look up to them
Yes.
and say they'll be a mentor, a role
Yes.
model, right? And all of that happens because they didn't let something get into their head.
That's right.
And push them off course.
Right.
And then, and this is such a gritty word. The word is
Ooh.
grit.
What makes it so gritty?
So, what does grit mean to you?
So, grit and grind, right?
Okay.
So, I'm going to explain it like this, like sandpaper. It's coarse, right? It shaves things down. It's tough to, it can take something rough and make it smooth, right? But in the same vein, it can take something polished and rough it up, right? And I guess grit and grind for me is it's the stuff you got to do that you don't always want to do it, but it's either going to polish what you're going after, or if you don't take care of it, or you don't handle it, or you ignore it, or you don't have grit, it's going to ruin what you're after, right? It's going to ruin the polished vision that you have in your mind because you can't handle the grind, you can't handle the daily minutia, the daily monotony, cranking out numbers in a spreadsheet that you don't want to do, or telling that person for the 15th time this week that, hey, you missed this part on the report and this is why it's important. And, picking up the phone and calling the 30th interview of the day for the second position of the day. And, you got to get through all this BS to get to the pearl.
So I think what I'm hearing is that to get through the grind, you have to have the grit.
That is right. That is.
Okay.
Thank you. To get through the grind, you have to have the grit. That's spoken like a champ.
It's because I got the grit, baby.
Ha
So, as he was saying, there's non-believers everywhere, right? Non-believers either in your internal circle, in the people that are around you. Everybody's got that reason for you to not stay the course. And you have to have the grit to grind through it. And I think that grit is internal, right? It's not
mental.
you can't go to the store and buy a bottle of grit.
Yeah.
You have to have that internally. You have to have that mental strength and the power to see beyond those naysayers, and to
Sometimes you got to fill your own gas tank up.
That's exactly right. I mean,
Pat yourself on the
self-service.
back and run out into it.
Think about that, because I think what you're saying is kind of integral to all of this. Is life isn't pretty. Life isn't easy. No one's going around handing out attaboys. In my world, world of entrepreneurs and leaders and people that want to grow and make something of themselves, there's no participation trophy.
That's right.
Right? You either win or you're losing.
Yeah.
Right? And when I say losing, I don't mean that you're a loser. I mean, you're either winning or you need to push a little harder so you can win in whatever your mind tells you winning is.
That's right. You're either where you want to be at, or you're after it, right? You're running towards it. And some people aren't running. Some people sit on the sideline like, dang, the world doesn't beat me down.
Have you ever heard Andy Frisella?
Yes. I love that guy.
I love that guy too. Now, I might not be as far right-winged as him, but I do believe in what he says about work ethic, about, we've kind of lost our way. We've lost our grit.
Yeah.
We've lost our fortitude. And sometimes when I'm feeling like, a little not where I'm typically at, I listen to him, and he kind of fills my gas tank. So thank you, Andy.
I love listening to guys that have made their dreams come true, right? Because all they want to do is help somebody else, and it's those little things like grit.
Yeah.
It sounds like the difference between someone like Andy and anybody else in the world. He believed in himself. He chased it down. He had grit. He grinded through it, and he chased his dream until he had it.
Yep. I agree. So again, the 4 words are integrity, determination, perseverance, and grit. And I think when you have all of those and you're after your goal, right? I think the end result is you just can't quit.
You just can't quit. Don't give up right before it gets good.
They always say that when you
always say that.
Well, I think I read that from somebody else, and I use it because I believe in it. But
absolutely,
people always quit right before they could be successful.
Right.
And so that's a reason to not quit. Keep your integrity, keep your determination, keep your perseverance.
You are right around the corner from where you want to be.
That's what we're saying, and we're hoping that maybe when you're having a bad day, you're going to turn this podcast on and say, yeah.
Bet on yourself out there, because you can do it.
Bet on yourself and don't quit. So, how do they reach us?
Only the best ways ever. You're going to stop what you're doing. You're going to help us out, because it's going to work with all the YouTube algorithms. But you're going to stop what you're doing. You're going to follow, like, and share in that order, please. Find us on Instagram at whoclosedlastnight_.
He's so bossy.
I'm giving direction. Same place on TikTok, please. At whoclosedlastnight_. Find us on Facebook at Who Closed Last Night. You can watch us on YouTube at Who Closed Last Night Podcast. Listen to us on Spotify. And the most favorite is send us your story of the day, week, month, year. The things you're not allowed to ever speak of again, or your manager will drop your hours next week. Go ahead and send those crazy stories to whoclosedlastnightpod, P-O-D, at gmail.com. Again, follow, like, and share. Help us work these YouTube algorithms. And tune in next week for Who Closed Last Night.
For Who Closed Last Night, brought to you by Walnut Street Hospitality Group. We're at the end, and we always leave with one word because, we're kind of those tropical sort of guys. And that one word is
Aloha.